Baruch Haba, welcome everyone, and good Erev Shabbos. I wanted to share with you all a story that happened to me recently, and maybe for most people might not be very meaningful, but I think anyone who has a Hasidic neshama, who has a Hasidic soul, will understand what I'm sharing. Because we all know that there's only one thing that we have that's truly attributed to the Baal Shem Tov, although I've heard questions as to whether as to its authenticity, but it's a letter that the Holy Baal Shem Tov is said to have sent to his brother-in-law, Reb Gershon Kittiver, and in there he says that he had his galus of Mashiach, he had a revelation of the Messiah, he made Elias Neshama on Rosh Hashanah. And he asked, "Ei Mosai Kosimar." In Lubavitch, they have a song, "Ei Mosai Kosimar," and it says, "Lik shiafutsu ma'inosecha achutza." It says that when your well springs spread out to the world, that's when Mashiach will come. Actually, if you look at the letter, it says more than that. Because a lot of people think it's just the Hasidic Sfarim, that's when Mashiach will come, when the whole world learns Hasidic Sfarim. But really, it also says that everyone should be able to make Elias Neshama just like the Baal Shem Tov. I don't know if we're holding there yet. Maybe people could talk to Chacham Bar Tzadok. He has books about that and can learn these type of things. But nonetheless, I had an interesting experience, and I see the tremendous Hashkocha Pratis, the tremendous divine providence involved in this. So I saw online that there was, I believe in Lakewood, a Breslover Kahila that gives out Sfarim to shuls or sells them at discounted prices, both in Lashon HaKodesh and in Yiddish and in English and in Spanish and French, Chvez, Russian, verschiedene Lashonis. And so I wrote to them, I said, "Do you also send to prisons?" Because I work as a prison chaplain. I said, "All right, we'll find out. Maybe we'll send you something." So they sent us a few volumes, I think maybe about 10 volumes, of the English Likutei Moharan, which you can read for free here online on Sefaria. You can learn here. But it's the prison inmates, they don't have access to something like that. Even though they might be able to buy a tablet and so forth, they don't have access to Sefaria. They can only, download things from like Project Gutenberg, which maybe people want to upload there, or they can buy some ebooks and things. But that's neither here nor there. But the donation came to the Sfarim, and it was very exciting. For a long time, I just kept it in my office, so I could learn when something I could open up Likutei Moharan and learn. And it was a big chizik for me. And then I realized, this isn't for me, this is for the inmates. So if you want to hear what does it mean, that your well springs will spread out outside. So there's a fellow, I believe he's Puerto Rican, I'm not sure. He expressed he wants to be a ger. He was already before his incarceration, he was working. It was a conservative shul or a non-affiliated but conservative style shul that he was attending conversion classes at, and he learned how to read Lashon HaKodesh, and I actually reached out to the shul there and made sure he was telling the truth. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but it's when someone says something like that. Also, I knew I talked to people from that shul once or twice over the time. So, unfortunately, this fellow, he got into some trouble, and so he's in what they call the hole, meaning the prison inside the prison, like solitary confinement, because he did something he wasn't supposed to do, and I asked the guards there, could I give him a book to read? So first, among the books that I got in the Hafotza was something that just means so much to me personally in my own youth, was the translation of Hishtapchus HaNefesh from Rabbi Kaplan. And I remember buying this book as a child, as a teenager, and what a tremendous impact that had on my life, and how exciting it was to learn that sefer. So I first had him read that. He said he read through it a few times. It's a small volume. That's only in English there. And he really enjoyed it. So I said, do you want more like this? He said yes. And then I gave him one of the volumes. I just picked a random one of the volumes of Likutei Moharan. And I gave to another inmate also, who is like more like a Ben Noach. He's very into Kabbalah. But he doesn't have any intention of conversion, but he gets a lot of chizik particularly from Sfarim HaKadoshim. And so he identifies, he says, as a mystic, a fan of Jewish mysticism who's not Jewish. That's the other guy. And I also gave him a volume, let him borrow a volume, and he also enjoyed it. But I didn't talk to him that much about it, but he lit up when he talked about it. And then this guy, who also, it was like, it's so exciting and such a simcha. The last 3-4 days, every time I pass by, when I make my rounds there, and this fellow, I'm not going to mention any names or anything, can't do that, obviously, he's asking me questions, and he's so excited, and he enjoys so much learning Likutei Moharan. And he's asking questions, in Yonim and Kabbalah and things. And that's what it means, Likshia Futsu Meinasecha Achutza. Not just Zwischen in Ziden. The Torah has to go through the whole world to have that inspiration of the pure, holy faith of such a holy tzaddik like Rebbe Nachman ben Fega Mebreslov Schusi V'leinav Al Kol Yisrael Amen. And I'll tell you the truth, I didn't have, I went once to Uman, and I tried to say the Tikkun Klali regularly, and here and there I opened up Breslover Sfarim, but people here know, most of when it comes to Hasidic Sfarim, I learn the Kedushas Levi and the Noam Melech. We have shirim on the site here, and I remember I was discussing with one of my rebbeim, one of my mashpiyim, is Rabbi Jeffrey Siegel. He should have big refuah shlema. Please, everyone, daven for Harav Yaakov Halevi ben Chana, should have refuah shlema, and also for my great Rebbe, the Kalvar Rebbe Shlita Moshe ben Rezel, should have refuah shlema. But in any event, I was discussing with him because I had recently finished Shas for the third time, following the Breslover derech of very quick limud, a very quick bekiyas, and I asked maybe I should do a little bit more because I didn't really listen to him, because I was doing 30 blot a week, and he said, no, that's good, you don't have to do more, it might be tfasa more tfasa, and you should focus more on learning Hasidic Sfarim. And halacha, maybe also I give shirim and halacha, private shirim. But I'll be honest, I didn't get into it like I was supposed to. But I'm just sharing this, like, the simcha that I had, that this person, he wants to be a Ger Tzedek. He doesn't really want to be conservative. It's just he lived in a neighborhood where there's no Orthodox shul. And it's a city, but it's just so exciting to see the simcha when someone discovers Rabbeinu. That it's making me a Breslover again. Because I never had a problem with Breslov. I always loved Breslov, and Breslov was always part of my world. But to see that type of simcha, of that, this is what the world needs right now. Is that the well springs have to go out to the whole world, and we should be zoiche to the gewaltige oris and recognize the psychological depths of these things. And when you say makes me always think of Carl Jung, who was not Jewish, but he was a big proponent of Hasidic Sfarim and Kabbalistic Sfarim, and to understand them in the proper way. Because so many of us, especially people who are into these Sfarim, have adopted a mythological, not mythological, because that's not right, but I've adopted an approach to these Sfarim that is not what's intended. These are supposed to be tools for us to get into our psyche and have an experiential Yiddishkeit. Not just intellectual, but it's experiential. That's why Rabbeinu always said that when you learn a Torah, you have to make it into a tefillah. But that's just the next level. The deeper level is that experiential, that excitement, emotionally and psychologically and psychically, that we experience. And we should all be zoiche to the real thing, not just the klipa, but to get through the klipa into the klipa snoiga and into the meat, crack that shell, and bring out that light, bring out that beauty, bring out that holiness. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good Shabbos, everybody. I'm going to try to, I have a lot of learning I have to make up, but I'm going to, Mirz Hashem, try to do the Maral before Shabbos, but I want to put this here and just share this with you, because it just gave me so much chizik. It just gave me so much chizik and so much simcha. Because, I'm just like, honestly, personally, I'm just like, feel like I'm just coasting through life, doing my thing. But then when something like this comes along, it's just such a tremendous chizik. It makes me so happy. And this is the type of simcha we can all be zoiche to. And so if you want simcha in your life, try to get involved in the hafotza of bringing the Torah, and especially the Torah of Baal Shem Tov, to the whole world in an authentic and real and exciting way. Alright, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. We'll see you later. I love you all. How do I turn this thing off?